live from KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Yeah, and off the top at 6, our KSAT Weather Authority team tracking storms around our viewing area.
So we know the National Weather Service sent out an alert about 2 hours ago. Let's get right on over to meteorologist Sarah Spivey for the latest. And Sarah, you're saying that there's no cause for concern for the most part, right?
Not at the moment, but I will say we are going to continue to watch for severe weather. That's what a severe thunderstorm watch is all about. These storms, though, that are in the hill country really are starting to fall apart as we lose some of the daytime heating. So I'm going to go ahead and put a pause on this. There's technically no severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment in our viewing area. There is, however, a stronger storm in Kerr County just to the northeast of Kerrville. This is going to be approaching 87 here, right on that Kendall and Kerr County line. Now, this could be producing nickel-sized hail, but not that dangerous quarter-sized hail that would make it severe. Meanwhile, around San Antonio, we've really only got a few light showers that are falling right near Divine. So I do think that, yeah, a 30% chance for storms tonight is still possible, and that's because we've got more storminess out near Eagle Pass. That could be crossing the border, and that energy could be moving into San Antonio. But as we lose the daylight, we're going to see our chances for storms really go down. That being said, there is still a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. for all of these counties in this yellow color here. Again, meaning we're going to be watching for severe weather. The ingredients are there for some quarter-sized hail. So this evening, about a 30% chance for storms until 11 o'clock when it'll be mostly cloudy and 86. We have better chances for storms for a window tomorrow night. Those details ahead.
All right, thank you, Sarah. From weather now to traffic. Earlier today, several lanes of Loop 410, about an hour ago, actually, several lanes of Loop 410 shut down after a motorcyclist was apparently killed in a crash with an 18-wheeler. First told you about this as breaking news at 5. This was the scene about 2:30 this afternoon. According to a witness who says he saw the incident, a motorcyclist traveling on 410 near Jackson Keller was in front of a big rig, and somehow the biker ended up under that truck. We emailed SAPD for more information on the crash. We have not heard back yet. Now let's take a look at the traffic near where that crash happened. Loop 410 and Jackson Keller, a much different scene than what we said. Like I said, just an hour ago, this was down to one lane. Both the access road and the westbound lanes of Loop 410 seem like they're back open at this hour.
Imagine getting shot and killed while leaving a graduation celebration. That's what police say happened to an 80-year-old woman in downtown San Antonio. That shooting happened late last night on East Cesar Chavez near Alamo Street. Police Chief William McManus says that two groups of people got into a fight. The victim just happened to be sitting in the back seat of an SUV when a stray bullet hit and killed her. Now, she was from the Dallas area. The chief says that officers had detained 9 people suspected of being involved in that shooting.
Fortunately, all too often, young people with guns, with no regard for anybody else's safety, are shooting indiscriminately in open areas where other people could easily be hurt, as was the case last night, as was the case at Market Square.
The woman has been identified as Heidi Silkworth. SAPD says a 19-year-old man who was involved in that shooting was shot and injured. McManus says that the person who killed the woman is going to be charged with murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Tonight, San Antonio police also investigating a stabbing near a West Side bus station. That stabbing happened about 4 this afternoon near Guadalupe Street and South Hamilton Avenue. According to SAPD, a man got off a bus soon after he got into an argument with another man. Police said the suspect hit the victim over the head with a beer can, then stabbed the guy in the chest. The victim taken to the hospital. At last check, he was in serious condition. Officers have taken 2 people of interest into custody this afternoon. As we spend this Memorial Day honoring servicemen and women who paid the ultimate price while serving our country, there's a tradition that's becoming a problem. Have you seen this? A coin placed on a headstone.
So that's a tradition. It dates back to Greek and Roman times. People honor those killed in action by leaving those coins on headstones. But Jesse Degollado takes us to the National Cemetery at Fort Sam Houston, where they're asking people now to stop doing that.
One of the largest in the U.S., Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery is where, at last count, 130,000 men and women who'd served their country are laid to rest. Dignified and pristine, where some visitors leave a silent message on headstones. A quarter if they were there when they passed, a nickel if they'd trained together, a dime if they'd served together overseas, and a penny to mark their visit. A cherished tradition can be a problem on these gleaming marble headstones.
Especially here with the humidity, if we get rain, those coins can stain the headstones.
Then we have to take a sander and sand off the surface level of the marble.
Like many families visiting their loved ones, like here at my father's grave, he was a World War II veteran. You want to leave some sort of memento, like this coin from the VFW, but actually they say there are better alternatives.
Take a photo of it, pick up your coin, and then upload that photo to VLM.
The Veterans Legacy Memorial, a dedicated web page for more than 10 million veterans, where families and friends can leave online tributes.
I can't. I'll do it shortly after I'm done decorating his area.
Similar small memorials at home are also an option, and each in their own way.
As civilians, you want to live a life worthy of their sacrifice.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Live a life worthy of their sacrifice. I like that. As for what happens to the coins left on headstones, we're told the National Cemetery regularly collects them. They say the money helps to buy plants, trees, and continued beautification of the National Cemetery. On our website, we have a link to the Veterans Legacy Memorial that's online, as well as the National Cemetery's policy regarding flowers and other mementos left at grave sites.
Now, the Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery held its annual ceremony to honor fallen servicemen and women. Hundreds of people gathered at the ceremony this morning. There was a wreath laying, a moment of silence, and also a rifle salute. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Keith Wilson was the guest speaker, and the 323rd Army Band Brass Quintet provided the music.
100 Service Academy bound students and their families packed into the Freeman Expo Hall this Memorial Day for a special annual send-off. Texas Senator John Cornyn's Service Academy send-off held each Memorial Day to send off the next generation of military leaders right in the heart of Military City, USA. It's an event the senator says he looks forward to each and every spring.
It's the best day of the year as far as I'm concerned because of the hope that these young people give me. These are the best and the brightest that Texas has to offer. And these kids could go to school anywhere they want, but they've chosen to go to a service academy because they feel a calling to do so.
The soon-to-be Service Academy students got the opportunity to meet current students at their prospective schools.
This is rare to hear about. It's also difficult to tell. Men who are survivors of domestic violence rarely open up, let alone talk about it on national television.
Yeah, but our Courtney Friedman was able to have a vulnerable conversation with a man who wants others to know it's okay to ask for help. It's part of Courtney's series, Confronting Domestic Violence, Loving in Fear.
I did it, man. Thank the Lord. Last time these gates were open for me, man.
That was Sylvester Harris on the day he left the men's domestic violence shelter in Dallas. His story, one that's rarely told.
A situation with the ex-lover of mine, it got kind of physical. Don't really have a lot of family here. And once the police was called to the scene, they referred me to the Family Place.
The Family Place is one of the only shelters in the Southwest for male abuse victims. Harris wants other men to know abuse isn't just physical.
It was more so the mental agony days that I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was losing my mind.
Did the fact that you're a man stop you from reaching out or getting help in the middle of this?
Yes. It was very difficult for me to want to receive help.
As a man, social expectations made him ashamed to be a victim.
Just because they don't want to look like they're weak.
But he took the hard steps anyway. He lived in the shelter and got counseling.
Family Place helped me to find an apartment. They paid for it for like 4 months. I was able to get a scholarship so that I can further my education.
And it is so important to note that there is resources and housing right here at the San Antonio shelter locally. Men with children can automatically be relocated to one of the cottages behind me, and men can even be transferred to hotels where they can get free transportation back here for services.
So this is our cottage. This is kind of what it looks like here. This is what one of the bedrooms looks like.
Felicia Ruiz is the lead shelter monitor for the local Family Violence Prevention Services shelter. All of the resources are available for men, women, non-binary, anyone who is a victim.
Yes, and they can just call our hotline. It's open, accessible for them 24/7.
She hopes more men in crisis will reach out like Harris did.
Lord, I thank you. I needed this. I needed it. I needed this to happen.
That gate to freedom, to a life of safety and gratitude. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
We're so glad that Harris shared his story. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, please know there is help. Scan that QR code on your screen. That will direct you to a long list of resources. You can also visit ksat.com/domestic violence.
Let's look ahead to tomorrow now, Tuesday, Election Day for the primary runoffs. Polls will be open from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Keep in mind you are still able to vote in the runoff even if you didn't vote in March. If you did vote in March, you must vote for the same political party. Right now on KSAT.com, we have everything you need to know ahead of Election Day. You can find a sample ballot, candidate information, and polling locations. Scan the QR code right there on your screen. I also want to let you know as the polls are closing tomorrow night, we'll be starting our election night live stream. Myself, along with Myra Arthur and the Power Panel, will bring you the latest information on all of the big runoff races in Bexar County and across the state. Our coverage begins at 7. You can watch it on our website, KSAT Plus, and our KSAT YouTube channel.
So happening later this week, Doc Talk, and here's how it works. You scan that QR code on your screen, you type a medical question, any health question that you'd like to ask a doctor, and a doctor is going to be here at KSAT to answer that. Doc Talk airs every Thursday on the news at 6:30.
At one point, the buffalo were everything to Texas indigenous people. They were our source of spirituality, our source of nutrition and food.
Coming up in just a few minutes, more than 100 years ago, buffalo were nearly extinct here in Texas, and now a nonprofit is doing something to bring them back to the region. That's tonight at 6:30.
And after the break, Canyon Lake continuing to deal with historically low water levels. See how that has affected people who went out to the area today to enjoy the last day of the Memorial Day holiday. It's up next.
But before we do that, we're going to take another quick look outside with Live Cam. Ooh, that is hazy. It's also been brutally hot in San Antonio during this holiday. Also, we have a chance for some storms. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey is going to time them all out for us coming up.
The 3-day Memorial Day weekend is typically the start of fun on the water, but that seems to be out to a slow start at Canyon Lake today.
That's where the water levels are at a historic low. We're talking 23 feet lower than the full level. Our Garrett Berger headed up to see how that was affecting things.
According to mycanyonlake.com, of the 23 boat ramps that lead into Canyon Lake, only 2 are open right now. This one by the marina and another one farther down the road. We headed out with a family who has a slip at the marina and could avoid the hassle of putting their boat in. Out on the water, it was clear just how far the lake had dropped. What's less clear is how much that was behind the low boat traffic and uncrowded shore.
What's it been like over the entire weekend? I mean, traffic-wise?
You probably couldn't find a parking spot yesterday. Today, there's plenty of them out there. Okay. So, yeah.
So the low water wasn't keeping people away yesterday?
Not at all.
Okay. So do you think it's keeping anybody away today, or is it just the fact it's Monday? What do you think it is?
I think a lot more people are probably home barbecuing with family, Could be a deterrent, just depends.
And a lot of Canyon Lake's water loss has been due to evaporation. So with the summer really just starting in earnest, boaters and others are worried about how much lower this lake could sink. At Canyon Lake, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Right, so hopefully people right now are on their way home, and because we do know that the National Weather Service sent out an alert, isolated storms in our area.
Yeah. Isolated and weakening right now, though, right, Sarah?
That's exactly right. The storms that are across the hill country right now, some of them were severe, capable of producing quarter-sized hail, but they have started to weaken. Now, the only thing that I am really going to be paying attention to is sometimes these storms do have the potential to pulse back up and to re-strengthen. So I'll be watching them carefully. As you can see in San Antonio right now, it is quiet. There's just some light rain out near Divine. This is where all the action is right now in the hill country. And you can see just how sporadic these are. Very isolated in pockets, and they're not severe at the moment. However, there could be some smaller hail falling right along 87 just north of Comfort and south of Fredericksburg. So some small hail with these entirely possible at the moment, and in northern Edwards County here just to the northeast of Rock Springs. So there's definitely some energy out there that could end up firing off a couple of storms. Our chance for rain in San Antonio for the rest of the night is really only 20 to 30%. So not everybody is going to see storms, but I do want to go ahead and take a look off to the west. We'll turn on the radar that's closer near Bracketville. That radar is out here a little bit further to the west. You can really see that these storms, even out to the west of Eagle Pass, kind of falling apart here just over the last hour or so. These storms are really starting to fall apart as they head closer to the border, but the energy is still out there for the potential for isolated storms around San Antonio, and that is why the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch. The way I like to think about it, the difference between a watch and a warning: a watch is we're watching out for severe weather, we're on alert for the possibility. A warning means it's happening. So keep that in mind. We're going to be watching until about 10 o'clock for a few storms to develop around San Antonio, although in my opinion, as the sun sets, our rain chances are really going to start to go down. One thing we're getting, though, is cloud cover from these storms. You can see the visible satellite from the storms out west, bringing some cloud cover over San Antonio. It's still hot, though. It's 97 degrees. It's 620 tonight. And what's even more impressive and kind of a bummer is that it feels like it's 113 outside right now because of the high humidity. The humidity will still be there tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be slightly cooler, so it's not necessarily going to be as hot tomorrow, which is good news. Here's a look at the futurecast. Again, as we head throughout the evening, those storms are really going to start to dissipate. Most of the day tomorrow is going to be quiet. Just another warm day for us. Not nearly as hot as today, though. It's after dinner, after 5 o'clock, that we're going to have some storms develop across the hill country. Just like tonight, where those storms end up moving really is the determining factor on whether or not we see storms here in San Antonio. But I do think the chance tomorrow night is better than tonight. You can see that in the futurecast, a little bit better of a chance for storms tomorrow. After dinner, about 40% chance. So for most of the day, it's going to be relatively quiet. We'll wake up at 78. It'll still be cloudy and hazy. And then by the afternoon, it'll still feel like 100 with temperatures in the 90s, but it won't feel like 115 degrees outside. So that is an improvement. 96 for the high, and then the storm chances don't really start until after dinner. 40% chance in the evening. And just like today, if a storm develops, it could become severe. San Antonio on a 2 on a scale of 1 to 5 for the risk for severe weather. The hill country slightly higher risk at about a 3. So looking at your forecast over the next several days, 40% chance tomorrow, but after 5 p.m., 30% chance on Wednesday. And those highs, guys, again, I'm glad to see no triple digits in that forecast for at least a while. It's still warmer than average, but man, 115 was the peak heat index today.
Yikes. Thank you.
All right, so if you're a baseball team, you're a high school baseball team, and you're practicing on Memorial Day, you're having a pretty good year, Larry.
You are definitely having a pretty good year. Nick Matentis went out there this morning to visit. He's like, dude, it's just so hot and humid out this morning. And the Greyhounds went earlier than normal. So Bernie is getting ready for the Class 4A regional finals. And check it out. They have their Rally Turtle. Look at that cute little guy. And Texas A&M Super Regional was a 3-game thriller coming up. We We stopped by Bernie baseball practice this morning as the Greyhounds prepare for the 4A regional finals. Bernie is matched up against three-time state champs Cal Allen, who has two really good left-handed pitchers. Bernie's first-year head coach Jeff Curtin has his Greyhounds excited for the challenge.
We have to pitch well. We have to play really good defense, and we got to get some situational hits, some timely hitting. This late in the playoffs, you got to get a big hit every now and then, especially with 2 outs. So if we can do those things, then I feel good about it.
They're a very good team. I know they have 2 very good pitchers, and 1 through 9 they can all hit. But I think if we can play our game and just play the way Bernie plays, we'll be fine. And check this out: the newest member of the Bernie baseball team, Doug, the dugout turtle. He's become the rally turtle for the Greyhounds this past weekend. And when Doug approached the team, he was lucky he didn't get run over. It was Friday morning. We had to be here super early for our game. And one of our teammates, Ryan Hooper, I guess Doug was just in the parking lot, and we took him. I got my parents to bring me a little box, and we put him in there, and we just took him for the ride. And now he's at my house. We have an aquarium for him, so.
It kind of reminds us that, it's just a game. And it keeps everything light. So, we found him here the other day, and we were like, let's just take him as our rally turtle. It's just fun. Some days we won't have very much energy, and I think just Doug's there, and we can all just go to Doug to bring us life. I love it. The Greyhounds and Doug will open the regional final against Cal Allen on Thursday, 7 p.m. at the SAISD Sports Complex. In college softball, number 1 Texas survived a huge scare for number 16 Texas A&M this weekend at the Austin Regional. The Horns won decisive Game 3 last night, 6-5, to punch their ticket to the College World Series. This after the Aggies won Game 1 6-5, forcing the Horns to win Games 2 and 3.
Obviously, never a dull moment at a Texas softball game there, so that was pretty exciting stuff. Congratulations to Texas A&M. As I said last night, definitely not in my mind a 16 seed, very tough draw.
This series was definitely one of the most intense series or games I've been a part of. I'm just so proud of this team for being able to take the energy from the fans.
Texas will play Stanford in the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City Thursday night at 6. In Division I baseball, Texas A&M and Texas are in the same regional. The Aggies will host the Bryan College Station Regional. The Aggies are the 3rd seed overall in the nation, but the top seed in the regional, and they will open play with Grambling. Louisiana will start off with Texas. Both games are set for Friday, and this is double elimination. All right, it's not every day that you get to hang out with the 7th strongest man in the world, but we spent some time with San Antonio's own Austin Andrade, who earned that 7th place spot this past May at the world's strongest man competition. So, being from San Antonio, what does he think of his mayor being pretty strong as well?
San Antonio, hands down, probably one of the strongest cities in the world. We have Jesus Olivares, an IPF world champion powerlifter here. My training partner is an amateur world champion strongman. Strength is big here, and just to hold it down for Texas and hold it down for San Antonio means a lot.
Austin not only demonstrated some lifts, but he also trained our Nick Mantis on how to be a strong man. You'll see this full story tomorrow on the 6 p.m. newscast. Look at that.
Did Nick sign a waiver before he did that? I hope he did.
I don't know.
Because that looked like it wasn't exactly, he didn't exactly press that with the most confidence.
He came in all flexing and stuff after he shot the story. So.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he was trying anyway.
Yeah.
And then I found him in the break room crying. Anyway, all right. So coming up next, after the near extinction of buffalo by the 1900s, one nonprofit is working now to bring them back to Texas. You're going to see how the Texas Buffalo Project is planning to do that after the break. Bringing buffalo back to Texas, a group outside of San Antonio wants to do that. The near extinction of the buffalo by the 1900s really hurt the livelihoods of indigenous people and also the environment.
Yeah, Sarah Costa takes us to Welder, Texas, east of San Antonio, to introduce you to the group trying to heal that pain by bringing the buffalo back.
And once again, the buffalo are thriving here in Texas. We're in the southern coastal plains.
It will definitely make you do a double take seeing buffalo graze the land. Driving through Welder, Texas off of I-10, a little over an hour east of San Antonio. There are over 20 buffalo on 77 acres of the Texas Tribal Buffalo Project. The nonprofit is run by all indigenous women, from the funding to logistics to taking care of the buffalo themselves. The founder and director of the Texas Buffalo Project, Lucille Contreras, says the return of these animals is tied to a healing necessary for her people's existence.
At one point, the buffalo were everything to Texas indigenous people. They were our source of spirituality, our source of nutrition and food.
For the Lipan Apache, Payaya, Korwankwa, and many more, until the buffalo were killed off by the millions in the 1800s.
They were killed for sport, they were killed for their hides, and they were killed as a way to exterminate the Native Americans.
In the early 1900s, the buffalo were almost extinct with less than 1,000 living. And Lucille says it wasn't just the animals who were fighting to survive.
We've had to hide in plain sight because of forced assimilation as a way to survive, just as the buffalo had to survive.
The mass destruction of the buffalo also led to another loss.
It was a devastation also to the environment and to the land and to the climate.
It's why nonprofits in the U.S. are working to restore the buffalo population, like the global nonprofit, the Nature Conservancy.
The Nature Conservancy manages 6,000 bison across 1,300 acres at 12 preserves.
Suzanne Scott, the director of the Nature Conservancy in Texas, said they realized it made sense for them to partner with groups like the Texas Buffalo Project.
2021, 5 buffalo were transferred from the Medano Zapata Ranch in Colorado.
Partnerships that heal Texas indigenous people and Texas native grasslands.
Grasslands have just been taken over by growing cities, agricultural lands.
We need our grasslands and our buffalo because together they help combat climate change by promoting biodiversity and keeping the carbon in the ground.
Carbon sequestration happens when carbon is kept in the ground rather than be released into the atmosphere.
One way carbon is kept into the ground is by creating healthy soil and healthy grasses and healthy forbs that retain.
Buffalo help do this in a number of ways. One, by keeping invasive species or brush like mesquite trees from taking over, and promoting the life of the prairies by spreading seed when it gets stuck to their fur.
The way that they walk on the ground, they aerate the soil, and they reawaken the seed bank.
How the buffalo graze also helps the grasslands.
Beef, cattle, they are not native to here. And so they eat the grass so much that they pull it all the way up and it doesn't replenish itself. Versus buffalo that move, they graze rotationally, naturally, and they only eat the tops of the grass. So the grass continues to grow.
But what about methane? Cattle are known for releasing tons of methane through manure, contributing to global warming. Lucille explains that buffalo manure better decomposes than cattle manure. Buffalo dung also attracts more native insects that turn it into a natural fertilizer for native grasslands, therefore releasing less methane.
Dung becomes an entire world microcosm in itself.
Lucille says this is just the beginning. Long term, they hope for thousands of acres where thousands of buffalo can roam free. But more importantly, for other ranchers to be able to replicate their methods for a more sustainable future in agriculture.
If we know who we are and where we come from, we're able to go forward with purpose, with health, and with unity, just as the buffalo.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
So that story fascinated me because I wanted to look into the environmental impact also of why buffalo and bison are so good for us. And it's also because they rely on natural water sources. You don't need as much irrigation in order to make sure that they have drinking water. So it's
easier to take care of buffalo than, say, like cattle and things like that.
With cattle, I mean, whenever there's a drought, we're not getting as much rain. It's a problem. With them, it's a little better. So.
Interesting. Yeah. I always get confused on the difference between buffalo and bison.
Yes.
Like, I'm still confused.
People use them interchangeably, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
they're different.
Yeah, I'm sure that people are looking at that going, I think.
With those buffalo or bison?
Yeah.
We're going with buffalo.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We want to keep talking about Memorial Day and in observance of the holiday. President Joe Biden laying a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery earlier today. Vice President Kamala Harris and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin were also there. Before the event, the president hosted a breakfast with administration officials, military leadership, veterans, and also Gold Star family members.
This could be a record-breaking Memorial Day weekend travel-wise. Passenger traffic at U.S. airports on pace to make this the busiest Memorial Day weekend in history. That's based on the latest screening data from the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA. Friday already the #1 screening day in TSA history. Nearly 3 million people, more than 2.4 million people pass through TSA checkpoints each day this weekend. This could be a precursor to a chart-busting summer of air travel.
I want you to keep saying that. Chart-busting summer of air travel.
Yeah, say it fast.
So now that summer's officially here, we want to help you plan your next beach getaway.
Yeah, and that starts with bringing the right equipment with you. Things like chairs, umbrellas, towels. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz with how to best prepare for your next beach getaway.
Beaching it means sand, surf, and stuff.
There's so many beach products out there. So we focused on some of the essentials: beach umbrellas, beach canopies, beach tents, and even sand repellent beach towels.
Consumer Reports likes this Turkish towel from Ephesus. It's compact, dries quickly, and some are less than $10.
We could not get sand to stick to this towel.
And get this, it repels sand. Now chairs. CR chose the Cooler Quad chair from Coleman. It's comfy and versatile.
Not only is this chair amazing on the beach, but you'll find yourself pulling it out so many times during the year.
For reclining under the sun, they also like the Tommy Bahama Wavy Marlin Deluxe. It has plenty of storage, including an insulated cooler pouch. Need some shade? These all say they're made with at least UPF 50 fabric. This Tommy Bahama umbrella has easy grip handles for setup, and it's designed to withstand serious beach breeze. This Caribbean Joe umbrella, not so much. It lost its battle with the wind. The Cool Cabana 5 was a top pick because of its easy use, and it offers a lot of shade. This tent from LL Bean is made from quality materials and had the most features. It was also the easiest to set up and take down among those tested. Sunburn is no day at the beach. This Coppertone lotion and this Eucerin spray got top scores in CR sunscreen ratings. And one more thing. Don't forget the snacks. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And if you're lucky enough, you have a pool.
Indeed.
So you don't have to go away.
You can use all that stuff at your pool.
Yeah.
Although today, I mean, guys, you needed a way to cool down because it got so hot. This is a look at the peak heat index value today. This afternoon, it felt like 115 in San Antonio. It felt like 118 down in Laredo and 113 in Del Rio. Thankfully, it's going to be cooler tomorrow. Looking at the authority radar, I'm still monitoring some of these storms across the hill country. They are starting to fall apart, but we will carry a 30% chance for a few storms into the evening. I'll have those details and a better chance for storms tomorrow in the evening coming up.
The San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says an 80-year-old woman killed after being caught in the crossfire of a shooting downtown. The shooting happened last night on Cesar Chavez near Alamo Street. SAPD says two groups of men shooting at each other following an argument. A 19-year-old also shot. Police say he was involved in the initial confrontation. SAPD says officers have detained at least 9 people connected to the shooting.
San Antonio police also investigating after someone stabbed a taxi driver downtown. Police found the victim around 1:30 this morning on St. Mary's, right near East Pecan Street. SAPD says the victim wasn't able to tell officers who stabbed him or why. At last check, that man was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Honoring and remembering. Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery held its annual Memorial Day ceremony. This morning, hundreds of people showed up to honor fallen servicemen and women. There was a wreath laying, a moment of silence, and a rifle salute. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Keith Wilson, the guest speaker, and the 323rd Army Band Brass Quintet provided the music. Easy for me to say. That's your 60-second recap.
All right, so during the last half hour, we've just been talking about those isolated storms and things to watch out for, not in our immediate area, but, Close enough.
Not in San Antonio, you're right, but they are still seeing some storminess up in the hill country, although these storms have been weakening significantly. As I zoom into San Antonio, you can see it's fairly dry, maybe a few areas of sprinkles right now, but nothing to be concerned about. As we head to the north here, here's where we've got some storms in the hill country. Now, out near Marble Falls, there's actually a severe thunderstorm warning. They had $half-sized hail. A lot of people enjoying Marble Falls for the holiday and did not want the hail at all. But right now, just some perhaps nickel-sized hail for this one storm that's just to the northwest of Center Point and southeast of Kerrville, kind of right along 27 there. You can see that core of purple. This is moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour. So Comfort, even though you're not going to be experiencing very large quarter-sized hail, you could be looking at some nickel-sized hail here in the next 20 minutes. So 7:05 is probably a good time for you to make sure that you are indoors. Even though, again, this is not going to do any damage, it could be pretty loud. So if you're out and about enjoying some time outdoors, or maybe your family is, just make sure that they are inside. Same for northern Kerr County. I think we've got probably some nickel-sized hail here heading toward the Mountain Home area by about 7:05 as well. This is very isolated activity across the hill country, although I will say this rain is falling in the areas that are experiencing the most extreme drought. So that is some good news for those folks. Again, I just don't think our chance for rain in San Antonio is significant tonight. Even though we do have a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m., the storms out west are falling apart. So as we lose the daytime heating, we're really losing the fuel for these storms. That being said, if you got a notification on your phone about a severe thunderstorm watch, it is in effect until 10 o'clock tonight, just for the odd chance that a storm could pop up over San Antonio and any of these counties in the yellow and produce quarter-sized hail. So this evening, let's call it a 20 to 30% chance until 9 o'clock. Otherwise, it is going to be a mild night. I would say if you're in San Antonio, enjoy your time outdoors, but if you do get a severe thunderstorm warning, have a quick way to duck inside, just in case. Hey, we got up to 99 today, just a degree shy of the record set back in 2011. A lot of us remember the summer of 2011 being a very dry one. I just wrote an article on KSAT.com about, does a hot May mean a hot summer? Check it out. As we take a look at our futurecast, again, tonight, a few storms are possible out west, but they'll likely be falling apart as we lose that sunlight. Looking ahead to tomorrow, a fairly quiet day, a little bit cooler than today, but it's still going to be 96. So it's still going to be hot, but not looking at a heat index value of 115. It's tomorrow night after 5 p.m. that a few storms will develop across the hill country and potentially make their way to San Antonio after 8 p.m. That chance for rain is about 40%. So you're going to wake up tomorrow at 78. It'll be cloudy, feeling like 100, so still hot. But again, storms really the storm chances peak at 40% after 8 p.m. Otherwise, it is going to be a hot day. We have a 30% chance on Wednesday, and then temperatures in the mid-90s as we head into the weekend. So still hot, but thank goodness an improvement on this past weekend where we've seen heat index values consistently above 110.
And it's just the beginning. All right.
Yeah, just the beginning. I'm hoping a hot May doesn't mean a hot summer.
Hopefully.
That's what I'm hoping your article
crossed.
shows,
Yeah.
Sarah. We'll be right back. To the buzz now, and a miraculous story of survival in Idaho. An elderly man rescued after he endured 5 days in the wilderness, surviving on only creek water and snow. 73-year-old Thomas Gray on a solo rafting trip on the Salmon River when his raft flipped over. With an injured leg, he was able to swim to shore, but soon realized his equipment was gone.
Wow. Gray said that he hiked up a mountain, found shelter in an outhouse for a few nights. He said that he searched for help during the day. He hiked as far as he could before he tired out, right? He didn't have any equipment with him. First responders eventually found him after he collapsed in the snow right on the side of a road, and they estimated that he had hiked about 23 miles.
Wow.
So a Tennessee man is golfing marathon style, but is all for a good cause. Jeremy Beechner played more than 220 holes of golf in one day. He attempted to raise $10,000 for military veterans with the help of the PGA Hope and Folds for Honor Foundation.
Yeah, let this guy play through. Right now, it's unclear if he was able to reach the donation goal, but His drive to help others makes him a winner in the community's eyes. No doubt about that.
Sure. We'll be right back.
It's quiet around the immediate San Antonio metro area, other than a few sprinkles right now. But you go up into the hill country, there's some storminess for sure, especially for areas in Real County and in Kerr County. These storms perhaps have some smaller sized hail, but they are going to be falling apart. We'll carry a small chance for a few storms later on tonight, but tomorrow our best chances after 5 p.m.
See you on the Night Beat.